Hello. Hello. Ah, hi. Hello, everybody. It's Monday. We're back. We're back with the Cobalt. We're gonna be in Blender. And also, hello, Floopstooks. First time chatter, thank you for following. Very much appreciated. I hope you enjoy your time here. I'm working in Blender, working on this little koboldy guy. We've been toying around with for a while, and I am dreading the approach of the normal map. I'm not looking forward to doing the normal map, I'll be honest. But before I can even do that, I've got other stuff to tidy up with this little guy. I gotta modify one of the blend shapes. Just get myself all cozy. I could probably turn that off now if you're wonderful. Yeah. Right. So, this guy, let's put the armature off. That's the wrong one. Well, that one. There we go. Right, so last time we worked on this guy, we added some decor to their tail. In the way of our spikes running down the center of it and our thagomizer spikes at the end. And these are, of course, all toggleable. Oh, hello, Vaz! Good morning. I say good morning to you. It's, what, 4 o'clock in the afternoon for you? It's probably your morning. I bet you just woke up. I'm just poking fun. I'm being mean. Yeah, thought so. Yeah, so all of these are going to be /are toggleable through our blend shapes. So we've got the spear tip, the spines, and where are we? Spear tip hide, large spikes hide. And then we have our thick tail blend shape. As you can see, the thick tail blend shape hides the tail spike. So I need to modify this blend shape so that when it is active, if it is active at the same time as the tail spines, they need to move. They need to move with it, so I need to make it part of the blend shape, which I think is, in theory going to be relatively easy to do. We just have to move them. So yeah, let's move my chair forward to my desk so I'm not so far back. What did she say? So yeah, that's what we're going to be cracking on with today. Let's close that. Close that. Alright, we're gonna need X-ray view, I think. They get flattened into there. Other friends. Don't really like how it ends. Okay, so I think we want to like move them up, but potentially not rotate them. some of my CV to people, digging the job mines hoping to hit a vein. I wish you all the best of luck. You'll find something. Oh, is the sun past the yard arm, birthday boy? Good lord. Jesus Christ, I can smell that from here. Good lord. I think it needs a mixer. Amazing.
Clock's flat.
Oh. I don't think we have any batteries left. Whoops. I used the last of the battery on, I used the last of the batteries for my VR headset. So they move out with the large tail, so you can have large spikes as you like them. But yeah, as I said, we wish you all the best. I'm sure you'll find something eventually. As we sort of said to you, you know, all those months ago when you were thinking of moving, at the end of the day, you are, you know, a trained electrician, and I'm sure there's going to be somewhere that will need a trained electrician. Those kinds of jobs are always needed somewhere. Hoping for a job too, also near my house. Fingers crossed to everybody. I'm sure you'll be great for us because you're just the best. Like that's the long and short of it. You're just the best. So, you know, anybody who chooses not to hire you is missing out. Just trying to get to procurement first because, well, office, if I don't get anything soon, it'll be Sparky time. There's always Tesco. Oof. I've been there. I've been there. Never again. I remember when my parents came up to me and they were like, there's always bar work again, and a little piece of me died. And I was like, no. No. There isn't bar work again. We're not doing bar work again. Right, these ones might have to be rotated, because they're not really gonna quite look right otherwise. I'll do that at the end. Let's get positioning sorted. That's why when I got to talk to kids in school, I told them to do a transition year. Not sure what term is in UK. Gap year, I think. Yeah, I believe we call them a gap year. Basically, go work in a low-end job, see what it's like. Either you find something you like, or realising the challenges of it, it'll drive you to do better at school. Yeah. Just goes to, I distinctly remember when we were in our final year of secondary school that we literally had an assembly where they sat us down and there was a presentation that I think was trying to dissuade you from taking a gap year. They were trying to encourage you to stay in education. or like, you know, stay on in like the 6th form or something. Because it costs money for them to enable a gap year. It's not that it costs them money, it's that they would lose out on money. Because obviously if you stay on the roll, then it's like, well, if you go to college, then obviously you've got to pay like your tuition and stuff, and things like that. It doesn't cost them anything for you to have a gap year, because you're just not on the system anymore. You're considered to have left. They treat lost money as costs. Ah, okay. I consider costs and losses to be a different thing. I don't know, I'm not a business person. Okay. So they're all in place. That one I think needs rotating. That's good. They move with it. That's what we want to see. Really wish business was a mandatory module. Kind of same, yeah. It definitely, it was optional, and in my kid brain I was like, I don't want to do business. Because I don't think, most kids probably don't want to learn business. That's part of the problem with school, though, is that when you're a kid, a lot of the stuff you're like, I don't want to learn this is boring. Unless it's like, you know, one of your passion projects, like you know, I love geography and biology, so I was happy to learn those stuff. But when it was like, I'm trying to think of one now. I guess chemistry, we've talked about before, chemistry for me, of just like, I don't want to learn chemistry. Noticed that when the tip of the spike moved. How was Pokemon Infinite? It was good. It was very good. We tried to make a bit of progress on some of the fusion requests that we've done. We tried to advance down south to the next city, and the route, I commented in the game, had been like dramatically changed from the base game. A lot had been added to it, so it took us almost the entire session to get through the route, which was cool. But we're now at the next city, so the next episode will probably be taking on the next gym. Coyote added like 10 fusions. Yes, they did. They were all double fusions. So we had like Meganium with Meganium was one that we haven't done yet. We had Persian with Persian, and we did actually find wild Persians, so we did that one. So we've had a bunch added. They're in the Discord list. And yeah, the party is doing well level-wise, so we should be good, I think. And once we've beaten this gym, it will be then on to Saffron, where we will be fighting Team Rocket, I imagine. Pretty sure that's how the story goes in the original game. Sorry, I'm just messing with my nail. Got a bit of a hangnail happening here. File that down before it gets caught or something. So yeah, my hope is that now we're starting to get into the later game, is that a lot of these fusions that require like really high level Pokemon, like you know, the Tyranitar, it's like, I gotta get to like level 50 something to get to evolve into a Tyranitar. It's like, well, hopefully I can actually try to get to that now, because our party's level 50, so I'm hoping that, like, you know, with just a bit of grinding, I could potentially get some of them, or at least get closer to them. Things like that. I only managed to pop on when you made the Machamp fusion, and later I tried to watch the video. Ah, fair enough. It's alright. You said you were out. You were at a fur meet. How did it go, by the way? Did you have fun? I need to catch up on the VODs. I'm like a week behind on getting the VODs on YouTube. I had a really sweet comment today on one of my YouTube VODs. Someone commented on one of the Kobold... it wasn't a Kobold one, no, it was one of the Coat VODs. When I was doing the weight painting, and their comment was like, I don't watch furry or 3D modelling stuff, so I don't know why this appeared in my recommended, but I put it on while I was working, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I was like, oh! They were like, keep it up, you're doing good. And I was like, happy. Yeah, it really made me smile. I was like, aw. Something hits different when a complete stranger compliments you, you know? Someone just goes out of their way, who doesn't know you, just goes out of their way to be like, I like that. You're just like, aw. Yeah, when you put that glass down, I was like, oh, is it strong then? And after a couple of seconds, I went, God, I could smell that.
It is pretty strong.
So there's definitely a mixer one then. It is Spook's day of birth. They booked it off from work. Oh, family's sending more videos. Ooh, that looks like tapas. Aww. Ooh, that does look good. The parents are sending me pictures of their food. Boss says hello.
Hello, Oz.
Okay, Spook's birthday, and we're gonna go out for food. For Spook's day of birth. Very sort of somewhat last minute. I was just like, yeah, we'll go out. And he's playing his present. He's playing his present. Which is a game called Tactics Ogre. Which I obviously bought. I saw on their wish list, and I thought, well, I gotta buy that if we're playing Final Fantasy Tactics together. Apparently, it's a remake of a game that was made by the dev of Final Fantasy Tactics before Final Fantasy Tactics. It was like the precursor to Tactics. And this is like the remade version of it. So that's what Spook's playing. That's what I got him for his birthday. It seems like he's enjoying it. It's one of those ones where it's like it's the same but slightly different, you know? Like how all MMOs are the same but slightly different. It's just one of those ones of like, it's the genre that I like, so I like it, kind of thing. Now you sent him a tiny thing. Is it just a tiny thing? I don't know if he's noticed yet because he's loaded up that game and like hasn't looked at anything else for like 3 hours. A little game. A little game. Gamey. A little gamey. That's very sweet of you. You didn't have to do that. We know that we know that financially you're a bit at the moment because you haven't got a job, so you didn't have to do that. That's very sweet of you. It was on discount. Even still, you didn't have to. We're also, you know, my primary gift to Spook is the fact that we're going to go out for food, because, you know what Spook's like, he doesn't really want for stuff very often, to be honest. Because Spook's the kind of person who's like, if I want something, I will buy it. Not, oh, I'll wait for my birthday kind of thing. It's Spook's birthday, yeah. It's Spook's day of birth. I think that's that tail modification done. Just gonna save that. Now, I was toying with making a little set of ears. Happy birthday! Vaz is wishing you a happy birthday.
Very much.
Gee. I was toying with making a little set of ears for this guy as like an alt to the fins. Because I know that, like, some people with their kobold designs will have ears. Kobold. Not Kobold Club, that... Nope. Just a kobold. Good old Google images. Look at our kobolds. So we got the, we got the ones that we're kind of like, having horns and spikes and things like that. The little guys. But then there's these ones that sometimes have little ears. I love this one. This one's very cute. It's got like a little pupper snoot. It's different. Little ears is here. So yeah, so sometimes people will put little ears on their kobolds instead. It's down to personal choice, so I thought I might put it in for an option maybe. Easies. Hey, it's X. And some have their chunky tails and big butts because it's the internet. He looks good. Anyway. Close that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm torn because I'm like, am I just adding more stuff for the sake of adding stuff? Should I be just sort of like starting to try to draw a line under things and be like, nope, we're done. We're moving on to the next step, because I can't start things like doing the normal map, which I am dreading, but I can't start doing like a proper texture or something. Because if I keep adding stuff, I have to remake the UVs. Like, we've added these spikes, so I need to redo the UVs for these. That way you can add it later. That's what I'm saying. I can't add it later, because if I do all of the texture, all of the, it's like a Tetrising thing of like fitting everything in as much as you can. So like once this is locked in, I can't really add to the model, because if I make ears, it's like, well, I've got to fit those ears. Oops. I've got to fit the ears in here somewhere. And like, you don't want them to be tiny because you want to have a certain amount of detail on them. If someone wants to edit, they can ask you for money. Even so, it's still a lot of work is the thing. I'd have to redo this whole thing, which means the texture won't apply. That's why I've not been doing proper textures, because like it may be one of those things where like I've got to move this horn like up here and then like move the tail down, which means that the texture doesn't apply. So if I want to add them in, I need to get them done now. It's a now or nothing. I'm happy to do them now. It's literally just, I either add them in or I don't, and if I don't add them in, then they're just not there. They don't get added later because it's not possible to add them later. But yeah, I need to position these because these are currently occupying the same texture space as these, which we don't want. And these are just somewhere. They need to be seamed. You're answering your own question on to the next step. Okay, we won't add ears. We won't add ears. Mark scene. Tonight. Mark scene. The editing. Alright. Where is the eyes on here? Left eyeball. Where's right eyeball? Where'd the right eyeball go? Look, jeez. Close enough. So there's our back spikes at the moment. I'm thinking we can slot these in here, thankfully, without moving them too much. The Thagamizers are long and thin, so I might have to move the arms. Squish one down there, maybe slide one atop there. I need to move these though. Where even are you on this? UV, unwrap. Scale. There's our Thagomizer spikes. Plonk you up there. Chin scratch. I want these to stay the same size because they're essentially symmetrical, but we're making them separate in case somebody has an asymmetrical design. Maybe not that big though. There. And there. zoomed out, I was like, no, they're overlapping, but they actually aren't, so it's fine. That there. And you aren't touching anywhere, that's good. Our teeth are still here. God, if I had to redo the teeth, I'd probably have to actually die. Why aren't you occupied? You should be separate. Music changed. Yeah, I think that's a problem with that file on Spotify. It gets 3 seconds in and then the song skips. Don't know. So you are the same, that's fine. You are the same, that's fine. But you should be different. Because again, people might want asymmetrical textures. So you should also be here. Yeah, these are, I'm remembering now because we redid these and they were mirrored. That's why the UVs are going to be a bit mucked up. That's why there was this open space. I was like, why is this? There should have been something there. It should be these, but they're missing because we mirrored. This is that side, and that side, and that side. And then there's also that side, which is there, that there, that is there, and that is there. There we go. The big boys now. Right, so I gotta select all of these again. With the big boys now. With the big boys now. It's not quite a perfect fit. Can we squinch them together just a little bit more? Why do we have that? I'm sorry. What is that? What? Why is there two? This should be the front on one side and the back on the other. What? Foz, you don't have to do that. That's really sweet of you. You don't have a job right now. Don't worry about it. That's really sweet, bless. This is confusing me. Why have we got like a WV? I don't understand. What is this a UV for? What's this for? Why have we got a mystery UV? Why have we got a ghost UV? You can't have you can't have one item that has a duplicate UV. How's that even happened? I just realised that's on screen. Write us off the page. Everyone saw the dittos with the chancy, as they should. It's a mood. Like, these ones are all fine. Because these are just the default ones. Why do these ones have, like, ghost duplicate UVs? Because the mesh isn't duplicated, I just checked. Oh, two of them didn't have duplicates, apparently. Why have we got these, like, ghost spikes? I'm so dumb. We had to make more spikes because there weren't quite enough for the tail. That's why. They're not ghost spikes. They're the additional duplicates that we made. I didn't take the UVs into account when I duplicated them. Okay, so we want to get these somewhat in a kind of order if we can. What spike is that? It's the top one. It's that one. Guessing it's going to be you, isn't it? Apparently not. That one. UVs is a love-hate relationship for me because sometimes they do your head in, but sometimes it's like mindless, just methodical of just Tetrising things into place. So it's very much, sometimes it's great and you can just zone out and it's a nice way to quietly spend an afternoon, and then sometimes you actually want to rip your own teeth out. That's a synopsis of art, I find. Yes. I mentioned this before? I can't remember if I mentioned this on stream or if this was just something I mentioned to like Curls when we were chatting. But I might actually have to take down the commission thing and the mark that's and the stuff that says, "Hey, my commissions are open," because in a very short space of time, I've gone from having no work to having a lot of work. But a lot of people have all said the same thing of like, "Oh, we need to wait to the end of the month to get paid." So, like, I got nothing happening at the moment, but next week I might. And I think they're all gonna be big projects. Boom! Work! Yes! I'm so happy. Like, they're also big and gonna take me a long time, and all I said was like, where were you guys in February? I needed this in February. February was not a great month. Everybody's turned up in March. Okay, we got a lot of tail spikes here. And we need to fit them in somewhere. And I wanted to try to keep them all together, but that's probably not going to work for the sake of space saving. I could fit some, like, down here. And then some up there, maybe? The battle with UVs is space saving, but also being, like, readable, but not making everything so small that you lose texture detail. So I could bunch this up a little bit. I think I need to redo these as well. This is from back when the fins were part of the head. This is where the spines came out, but then we separated them. So actually, that's that part of the cheek. UVs. Yeah, that part of the cheek doesn't actually have these splits anymore. Everybody disappears and I hope you don't. Stay if you say so. So yeah, so the amount of work that I potentially got lined up means that this kobold may vanish for another few months and just not see the light of day as I work on these commissions. So it's going to be interesting. Part of my head was like, oh, I wonder if I could get the kobold finished, but now I'm looking at like the calendar and I'm like, it's not going to get finished. I'm not gonna. And basically, I would have to finish this in 3 days, and I don't think I could finish this in 3 days. Realistic goals. Promise I'll never let you feel alone. Promise I'll never let you feel alone. My headset is actually giving me a bit of a headache. It's weird. It doesn't normally do that. Have some water. Kobold after months of ghostly voice. I'm still here! There we go. So they're back where they were, but they've been rejoined up. Gotta be careful it doesn't actually die of old age before they're done. And that would be impressive, because kobolds actually have an extremely lengthy lifespan. It's very surprising. They grow rapidly and then they just stay the same for ages. More likely to die from tomfoolery. Yes, you are correct. But not from old age. I think it was something like they mature at like a similar rate to Aarakocra, but then they've got like 3 times the lifespan. Or something like that. So you have egg to baby to adult is very quick, but then adult to old man is very, very, very long. Interesting how these are mapped the same, but they haven't, like, unwrapped the same. This one's more relaxed. Which is weird. Angry. Ah! You're not helping. Ah. just in my head, I knew that there was something wrong, and I was like, and I investigated it. I was like, this doesn't look right. It's one of those things like, I could just leave it. It's like, no, it's not right. Something's not right with this. I need to check.
Tilted stage, the role you made me play of the fool. No, I don't like you. I don't like your perfect crime. How you laugh when you lie. You said the gun was mine. Wasn't cool. No, I don't like you. But I got smarter, I got harder in the nick of time. Honey, I rose up from the dead. I do it all the time. I've got a list of names and yours is in red underlined. I checked it once, then I checked it twice. So, oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. I don't like your kingdom keys. They once belonged to me. You asked me for a place to sleep, locked me out and threw a feast. The world goes on another day, another drama, but not for me, not for me. All I think about is karma. But when the world moves on, it's one thing for sure. Baby, I got mine, but you'll all get yours. But I got smarter, I got harder in the nick of time. Honey, I rose up from the dead, I do it all the time. I've got a list of names and yours is in red underlined.
There's the save, okay.
Then I checked it twice, so oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams. I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams.
Okay, let's try to be more efficient with these now.
I'll be the actress starring
Scrunch them up a little bit more.
I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams. I found time can heal most anything, and you just might find who you're supposed to be. I didn't know who I'm supposed to be. I still don't know who I'm supposed to be. Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. So this is me swallowing my pride, standing in front of you, saying I'm sorry for that night. And I go back to December.
Okay. So maybe we're just gonna have this run down here. Limited time existing owners purchase Starter Edition can add Stormblood expansion to their account for free. Oh, that's neat. That's neat. That's a lot of content. It's kind of sneaky though in a way, because I highly doubt that you could get from base game through Heaven's Ward to Stormblood in the space of time that you get of a sub. So that's sneaky, because then your subscription would run out and it's like, oh well, gotta have it. You had it for free. This purchases the starter edition though. So yeah, it's sneaky. It's neat, but it's sneaky because it's like, hey, since you bought it, you're gonna want to play it, so guess you gotta buy subscription time now. Oops. They're just trying to do a business at the end of the day. Okay, I'm just gonna... I was thinking maybe keeping them separate, but since they do just run down, I think this can safely go here. The meme has extended. You are correct. Who wants to play Tetris? None of the blocks are the right shape, and some of them are duplicated sometimes. So this is what I'm getting at for the ears. I would have to do this for the ears as well, if there were going to be ears. I've been pretty lucky in that I've not had to really relocate anything yet, which is nice. But it's still early, because I don't know if these are all going to fit in here. These are going to have to go single file, I think, because they're not quite wide enough. And these ones I'm just going to slot in here. Perfect. So we managed to scrunch in all the spines. That's very scrunchy. Okay, that's saved. Is that everything? I think so. Okay. You can save that. Do I inverse the horns? Maybe I should for continuity. Maybe I should for continuity. Because we've currently got it so that the spines and these spikes at the end are, and the crest, are on by default, and you turn them off. But the horns, we've got off by default and you turn them on. And I think maybe we should invert that. I think we should invert that. In fact, I'm going to increment. Basis. File, save as. Number 30. Invert horn toggle. Makes sense to keep them the same way. That was what I thought. We'll invert them because it is easier for me to have them all on by default. Because I think you guys remember, I when I first made the horns and had them all on, trying to make it so that they were all off by default was actually a big pain in the ass. This is one of those things that, like, I've learned, and in the future I probably will not do it that way. In the future I'll do it this way, where everything is on by default, and we make a blend shape to turn them off. So one of the things that I've learned from this process. There's a top-down view? Oh, that's neat. Four favourite Pokemon. Well, Arcanine, obviously. Lugia. I am a basic bitch, I do like Pikachu. Gotta be honest. Ooh, 4 is hot, like... It's actually quite tough. More dogs. I like all the dogs. It's like, which one? That's the thing, Lycanroc is up there. I'm trying to think. Like, Lycanroc is my favourite rock type. I miss it, what? I don't know if Lucario didn't make it to the number 4 spot. I just briefly opened up Twitter and saw the whole choose your 4 favourite Pokemon. And I agree with Curls. Curls was like, 4 is somehow harder than just what is your favourite or your 2 favourites. Because obviously it's Arcanine and then I'd be like Lugia. And that's when I'm like, and I was like, Pikachu was technically my favourite Pokemon. Fuse them. How do I want to do this? So I want to... Thankfully I kept this blend shape. And this blend shape should make this a lot easier for me. In theory. Because I just take this blend shape, apply it to the base blend shape, and then I go through the hide process. That's the thing. Like I talked about this when we were doing Spook's Pokemon rant, of how there's that website which lets you like pick all of your favorites for like each generation. This one. Which is so easy because, bless you, so easy because it gives you the options. So what's your favourite ice type from Gen 5? And you click on it, it shows you the ice types from Gen 5. Gen 5 do not have strong ice types, so... Ugh. But yeah. So it's like, well, like, this helps narrow things down, but it's like, top 4. It's like, is Lycanroc one of them? Lycanroc's probably my favourite rock type. But is it my 4th favourite Pokemon? I don't know. I really like Absol. I really like Zoroark. I like a lot of the... unsurprisingly, I like a lot of the dogs. So, you know, when the Pokemon trainer thing was going around, I was like, I wanted to have a type, I would just be dog trainer. Especially because shiny Lycanrocs are blue. Very targeted. I don't have one. Maybe I should shiny hunt one in Scarlet and Violet. Since they're in the game. I've now done 3 shiny hunts for a shiny Axew in Scarlet and Violet. Haven't had a single one. I am sad. Very sad. So we want horns out. Let's go to edit mode. We want to select them all. We want to go to basis, and we want to blend from shape. The shape we want to blend from is horns out. Like that. So now the default shape has them out. Which means all of these ones is now then turned up to 20. Someone inputted the cheat code into Spyro! Someone put the cheat code into Spyro at the options menu. Up, R1, 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 0. Hi, Car. Normal maps scare me, and I'm delaying them. Right, so now we don't need this blend shape. This is our default. So we don't need the horns out blend shape. We delete that. And then for horns long, we need to horns long. We need to rename these to hide. Horns long underscore hide. Horns short underscore hide. Underscore short underscore hide. And then horn bent underscore hide. My forehead gets so greasy so easily. I hate it. I had a shower this morning. It's already greasy. I haven't done anything. I don't even have my hair in my face. My headphones keeps my hair out of my face. My forehead is still greasy. Why are you a funny colour? Oh, it's the other horn clipping into it, I think. That's fine. That's fine. I look away for a second, someone feeding those boys the stretchy pills from the gas station. No! No, please do not give the kobolds illicit substances. Okay, so we want to select this horn. Let's do the big horns, because they're the easiest to see. So we're going to be on horn, bent, hide. Let's get them back down to normal size, I think, to start with. Select and select, and then we're going to blend from shape, basis. Let's quickly do that for all of them, shall we? Vertex. Shape. Going to vertex. Blend from shape. There we go. So we haven't got any oversized bits. Some more water. I drink from the same glass almost every day. I wash it out, don't worry. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I should check. It has a rough, like, measurement on the side, but I think it's more of an aesthetic. I don't know if it's necessarily accurate. What I should actually do is measure how much liquid I fit in this glass, and then compare that to how much they advise you drink a day, and then, like, divide it so that I can work out, like, oh, I should drink one of these an hour when I'm streaming. So that would be a good way for me to judge it. So I tend to fill it up to the top at the start of a stream. And now we've been here for an hour and a half, and I've got, according to the measurement on the side, 100 milliliters left. If this glass is accurate, then I've had I think it's a 500ml glass. It doesn't actually say the top one, because the top one's the top of the glass. But I fill it, like, almost to the top. So I think it's a 500ml glass. So I've had 400 mils of water, which in over an hour and a half, which I actually think is kind of not a lot, actually. Speaking of water, I'm not allowed to drink tap water past tonight. What the fuck? Why? They shouldn't be shutting off your water or something. Are they doing maintenance? Nope, we're on the wrong blend shape. This is bent. They're installing freedom water. A chemical spill upriver from me. Tap is safe until midnight. What? How is it safe until midnight? Surely it's not safe now if there's been a chemical spill. Surely it's not safe now. go back to basis, and it pops out. So there we go. So there we go. It was a lot quicker to turn it off than it was to like invert it when I was trying to do it before, because I was trying to be clever. They're drawing from reserves, so the chemical hasn't entered the system yet, technically. Oh, okay. I guess. At least you were given warning. Our water went off one day and we weren't given warning. I just woke up and, like, tried to, I was trying to shower. And then eventually the shower just ran out. And I was stood there still kind of like half covered in soap, and I was like, this isn't good. But thankfully we had like a full thing of water that we'd filled up the day before, just because we did. We had no real reason that we'd filled the kettle up with water, so I very awkwardly was like, I gotta use this to get the rest of this soap off of me, so I'm not all soapy and, you know, it dries out your skin and stuff. And then I just sort of sat there twiddling my thumbs. I was like, okay, we have no water, and there's been no sort of announcement about it, so I ended up having to Google it, and then they were like, yeah, there's a water issue. We're looking into it. And I was like, okay, so there's no estimate. Okay. At what point do I go to the corner shop and buy water? But thankfully it took them about half a day. So the water was back by the time Spook was home, and I was like, thank God I had something to drink. We had other drinks in the house at the time. Imagine I woke up with 2 extra arms. There's probably an anime that does that. Okay, so this is the short one, which is the trickiest of the 3 to grab. Selected. Selection to cursor. They aren't turning the water off, I think, but they are telling people not to drink it past tonight. Look, I went out yesterday for people to get water reserves / bottled water. Right. I guess they let you know. That's good, right? Oh, I think the washing machine might have finished. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to put my head up. Yeah. The washing machine has in fact finished, so I'm going to go and empty it so that it can start drying, and then I'll finish my glass of water and then top it up again, since we're on the topic of drinking enough water. So, yeah, I should probably go to the bathroom as well, because it's been an hour and a half, you know, gotta stay healthy and all that jazz. So, I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. cars are still here. Put my foot warmer back on. I think that's just lining up for you to make a witty comment there, love.
I'll pass.
No, not gonna take it. Fair enough. Okay. Right, and get my gloves back on. We're near enough at 4 o'clock, so we've got an hour left. I won't be overrunning today because we are going out with Spook's birthday, as they said earlier. And we'll need to do things like straighten my hair and change into something nice. My hair is very fluffy at the moment. Fluffed up from the shower I had. So I need to get this one shrunk down. I really like his eyes. Just turn the specular up real high to make them all shiny. I was lost in his eyes for a minute there. And then we need to selection zero. And that's the shorthorns hidden. So, because we're inversing these blend shapes, when I come to bring him into Unity, I'm going to have to totally redo the animations that I originally had set up for the toggles, but I realised that I will need to totally redo those anyway, because I've actually changed the order of the blend shapes a little bit in the shape key list, and I believe that has mucked up some of the animations, so I was like, I need to redo them all from scratch anyway, it's fine. I need to, add in the animations for all of these toggles, and I hadn't added in the animation for any of the body shape toggles and stuff, so I was like, it's I'm getting ahead of myself, I can't be doing stuff in Unity when I haven't technically finished in Blender yet, because, I could end up breaking it all. So, it's just popping it into Unity for, basic testing. because I'm not doing any major updates to the model, I don't think. It'll be... yeah, I probably won't see any Unity updates for a while now. Right, so bent hide, short hide, long hide.
And the nightmare I had was as bad as can be. It scared me out of my wits. A corpse falling to bites. Then I opened my eyes and the nightmare was me. I was once the most mystical man in all the town.
Wow. Wow. And the curse is complete. Farewell. Oh wait. Soon she will feel that a nightmare's real. Dear, here's a sign. It's the end of the line. There we go. Horns long hide. Horns short hide, horns bent hide, crest hide, basis. Has everything out. Cool. So, from what I've seen from all of the models that I have, is that everybody puts all the visines at the top, and then they put all the customization down at the bottom, but they like organize it. They try to keep it organized by like what it is, which is why I moved some of them about. So these I kept up here because I was flicking between basic and the shape key a lot. So now I'm going to move the crests and all of these horn toggles down. Go on, Sadie, go for it. All right. Aww. Oh, hey. That was really cute. You didn't see that. She was scratching at the scratching post, and she looked around, and then she just like locked eyes on you in your chair, and then just walked over all the time, just staring at you. Like she was just like, "Dad, I want to see Dad." She didn't look at me, despite the fact that I was looking at her. Just eyes locked on, just like, "I'm gonna go see my dad." Oh, who's a silly girl? Yes, you are. Very sweet. Sweet baby. I think the squad are playing FF. Nice. Good for them. Right, so crest. And we just gotta click this a bunch of times. Oh no, we need to be in object mode, not edit mode, in order to move shape keys about. Crest, we're just gonna move down. Past all the Visines. Past the expressions. And then we get to Fangs Long, Fangs Hide. Yeah, this is our head customization, so this is where we're going to put them. So I need to grab this and do exactly the same. Down. Put it under crest. This one. Speaking of Final Fantasy. Should I rename these, do you think? Is it a little bit confusing to have short, long, and bent when the bent is like the biggest one? Because that was my because like short is literally just the long one but little. You know, the little one is literally just the long one. They're exactly the same horn. I literally grabbed it and pulled it out. These bent ones are, if you didn't know, a Spyro reference. These are Spyro's horns, which is why I made them look like that. I literally pulled up Spyro from Reignited and like had a look at the front view to be like, what does his horns look like? They look like this. Yes, child. Ah. Ah. I don't know what to call them though, because like obviously I can't call them Spyro's horns because that's a, a brand character. I can't just put that in there. It's a reference, and I'm probably going to make a kobold. When I feel like. What I've seen a lot of people do, a lot of avatar makers do, is that when an avatar is done and is sort of ready to go for sale and stuff, they make like a little video promoting it of like multiple people sort of wearing it and running around in it and interacting to be like, look at it. So I might, I'll probably do the same for the kobold, but I might try to make some like different colours, or maybe I'll look up how you do that colour wheel thing, the hue shift. So that we can have like some different coloured kobolds running around. So it's like, well, one of them's going to be purple, one of them's going to have the horn and the crest on and be purple. I made a cup of tea, by the way, when I went on break. Meow. You alright, child? Ooh, scritchies. She's getting some good scritchies. Yes. Nice. Yeah. Maybe I should make like a texture when like I'm doing all the textures. I can actually make a texture that is specifically Spyro colored, so it has like the purple, but like the orange and yellow on his horns and his crest and stuff like that. And I can call it the Purple Pest because that's what Ripto calls him in the second game. It's like, what? It's not Spyro. It's a Purple Pest. This is my destiny. Oh, wait for the night. I was scratching then, so it completely blocked off my face. Oh, we had enough. Down we go. I feel like I need to put a notification in the Discord to remind people to pick their roles and pronouns, because I'm noting that we've had quite a few people join at this point, and they've not picked any pronouns, which says to me that they've not read the rules, because the role selection for pronouns is at the bottom of the rules page. So I might do a notification just to be like, hey, just a reminder, you need to read the rules, and you can pick your pronouns at the bottom. Like, it's not a rule to have pronouns, but I feel like that it's not an offensive thing, you know, people just to be like, these are mine. So
maybe people not specify something that they cared about, something.
I don't think I can tell the bot to automatically apply pronouns. It's something that people have to select.
Easy way to do that is just England in brackets.
Or just like a reminder to people, but also just a little like to be sure of, just to check. No, no. Oh right, yeah, I moved the texture. I was like, why is that there? I was like, oh yeah, I've changed the UVs. Okay. I love his little face. I actually quite like the slit pupils. I'm wondering if the wide eyes are too wide. I might leave the blend shape, but when it comes to the animation in game, I might not turn it up to max. Okay, are these all in order now? So let's see. So we've got all of our Visemes basis. Blink both. Blink left. Blink right. Wink both. Wink left, wink right, which is tighter than a blink, because a wink is an actual, like, a closed smile, frown, a grin. We got a vertex clipping there? Looks like we do.
I'm like making motions with my mouth, and I'm like, with the grin, should I actually bring the bottom jaw up? Because when your mouth is closed but you're just resting, your teeth don't tend to actually rest together too much. But if you are doing like a big grin, then you do actually like put your teeth together. So I might modify this blend shape to make the teeth go up just a little bit, like the lower jaw go up. Got a lower jaw. Oh god, that is horrendously wrong. That shouldn't look like that. That. Hang on, can we like... Let's go back to basis. Ah. I wanna like select these and move them from the lower jaw. Lower jaw should not have these. Select.
Love is like a bomb, baby, come on, get it on. Living like a lover with a radar phone. Looking like a tramp, like a video vamp. Demolition woman, can I be your man? Razzling and dazzling, I flash a little light. Television lover, baby, go all night. Sometime, anytime, sugar me sweet. Little miss innocent, sugar me, yeah. Yeah. Come on, take a bottle, shake it up, break the bubble, break it up, pour some sugar on me.
In the name of love.
Pour some sugar on me. Come on, buy me
It's a little bit better.
your sugar on me. Oh, I can't get enough. I'm hot, sticky, sweet.
That was weird.
From my head to my feet, yeah.
So yeah, I was gonna select that blend shape and then that vertex group, and then I was gonna go down to grin. And I was gonna like move it up a little bit.
Sugar
No, we don't want to do that. You know what? I'll leave it. Nitpicking too much, perhaps. So the nose gets moved back in the snarl, which is how snarls work.
Because I'm beautiful, baby. Did your granny say listen to your heart? Because you are on the inside. I need 3% for argument apart. You granny lied. I'd rather be shiny, like a treasure from a sunken pirate wreck. Scrub the deck and make it look shiny. I will sparkle like a wealthy woman's neck. Just a sec, don't you know? Fish are dumb.
Both on. Buff bold.
Having trouble with his look. He let us meet to me minigard.
Look at the belly, lower body, and upper body. Pinky. They all look alright merged together, which is nice. That is kind of what we want. I've got to add in a butt blend shape, don't I? Because the fur community exists. Spines, tail spear tip. Okay, save. Thorn toggle, we're going to increment. I ended up not doing normals today. I almost feel like I'm going to need to rename the stream afterwards for the VOD, because we're just doing more blend shapes. That just means that when I stream tomorrow, Curls gets to deal with my anguish of normal maps. Good tea. Save as, we're going to increment to 31. What are we going to call this? Rig, digit grid, applied, planty, shape keys, additional shape keys, cat's legs, UV shape keys. I want to call this more shape keys. But, yep, it's a but. Number 31, but we're adding in a but. Because that's what we're doing. Shape keys. But it's very funny how different creators label these, because I've seen literally from like 3 different creators on 3 different avatars, this be labeled butt, ass, and cake. So everybody has their own preference for it. But yeah, we're adding in a butt slider. Bum bum. God damn it, Foz. I'm just gonna do what I did pecking last time. Why does he have jaundice all of a sudden? Okay. I'm gonna go down here, and I grab this inflate brush, which is what I did in order to do the breasts and the muscles. And yeah, I'm just gonna tell it to come out a bit more. Burger. These are gonna have to come out more. I think I've already gone way too extreme, but you know, this isn't my taste, that's for sure. More tea is required. I'm noticing that my face capture is not always spot on with capturing my mouth movements when I'm looking to my other screen, which is fair because it means it's capturing my face from the side. Yeah. like fire, hellfire, this fire in my skin. Ah, 3D remake. That'll be the one that I played on the DS. When I said that the only other Final Fantasy game that I played was number 3 on the DS. It was in 3D, I remember it. Interesting. Oh, that's sweet. Give them a thank you. 2-6. As I quickly bring up something that I don't want seen on stream. And mine alone. There we go. So your message was, if you're still here. Dark fire, now that you see it's your time. To be your fire, in mine or you will burn. Yeah, sorry, yeah, I know it was from ages ago. I don't get Discord notifications when I'm streaming. Literally, the program... Discord detects when I'm streaming and mutes itself. You can disable it, but I find it's quite useful. Because obviously everybody watching you would be like, oh, Discord message. Yeah. But as I said, you don't have to worry about that. Bless you. This is so dumb. I'm literally looking at this and I'm like, is this good? I don't know. It's not the kind of stuff I go in for. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. I mean, yeah, it's bigger. I don't know what else to say other than that. New song. New song added to playlist this morning. Found on YouTube. the @silent when you DM someone so it doesn't make a sound. What? I didn't know about that. That's neat. Throwback to when we used to play Digimon. Before I had a solidified stream schedule. We used to play it on Mondays, I think. I did like a Sunday, Monday Digimon stream. But then we sat down and made a proper schedule and put art and Pokemon in its place. Maybe if I ever get a cancellation, I'll have to play it again instead of Cult of the Lamb. Just to be like, I want to play Digimon, so we're going to play Digimon. Jesus, okay, that's a bit extreme now that I look at it. Yeah, I think what I want to do is the tail. Tail root, select. Not quite. Tail 1, select. Select. Not quite either, okay. I just want to, I guess, select all these. And be like, hey, don't get moved by this toggle. Vertex. Blend from shape. Basis. That's really, I just had a Steam pop up in the corner from one of my friends, and I was like, oh, that's going to appear on stream. I don't normally have Steam open when I stream. Thankfully, it is perfectly covered by the music player, so that's fortunate. I should probably close that down, though. Steam, exit, there we go. Whoops. That's probably taking up unnecessary processing power. I just saw Substance Painter's price. Yeah, no kidding! If had hand tracking now, I would use it to flip a massive finger at Adobe. Fuck you, Adobe, and your stupid program prices. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Stupid. Stupid. I almost feel redundant putting it on my Steam wishlist, to be honest, because it's like, it's so expensive. I think I mainly put it on there in case it ever goes on sale, but it's Adobe. It won't go on sale. That's not what they do. That's so dumb. And like, the version that you get on Steam, it's the 2023 version, so it's the current version. It is a one-time payment as opposed to a subscription, which is, you know, Adobe does have a subscription for Substance Painter on their website. The one-time purchase version that you buy on Steam is only the license is essentially it's a perpetual license, but only for this year. So when they do updates to Substance Painter to essentially make a 2024 version, you won't receive those updates on Steam. So yes, it's a one-time payment, which is better, but you don't get the updates. And it's just like, well, if you want the updates, then get the subscription. And the subscription is just like, Adobe, you suck so much. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. No. It is £40 a month. Something like a patron, yeah. It's a subscription. It's, you know, it's like Netflix, or it's a monthly cost. It's a monthly cost to use the program. If you stop paying the monthly cost, you no longer have the program, and it's just like, ugh. Which is why I prefer the one-time payment method. But even the one-time payment method is shitty, because when the year is over, you won't receive updates anymore. And it's like, okay. I mean, the program will still work, you can still use it, it's fine, but you never know, if there's an advancement in technology and they come out with something really good, it's like, oh, I have to buy it again to get the update. Yeah. So, yeah. It's not a high priority for me. Substance Painter is not a high priority for me. I get by fine. Yes, it does look really good, and yes, the textures from people who do use Substance Painter do look really nice, especially when it comes to things like fur. Because flat colors I do fine with. I have flat colors on me. The one I did for Kazoo was relatively flat. I had a little bit of fur texturing, but I was able to do that in like Clip Studio, my drawing program. But like retexturing, say, the Jex, I can't really achieve that level of detail because I don't have Substance Painter, and I hate that. Like with Photoshop, it's like there are alternatives to Photoshop. I love drawing in Clip Studio Paint. I prefer it to Photoshop now. I prefer drawing in Clip Studio. There's not a lot of alternatives to Substance Painter. I think there's one called Quixel Mixer, but I've never heard of it. Apparently it's an Unreal thing, but the problem is that a lot of texture artists, a lot of avatar artists will literally include a Substance Painter file, and I think it's literally SPP, Substance, SP, sub, and P for Painter. And I'm guessing that that's an Adobe exclusive thing, like a PSD is a Photoshop document. And I'm like, that file type isn't going to be compatible with other programs, is it? Before anybody even mentions it,
It's against Twitch TOS to stream something that you haven't bought legitimately. But anyway, as I said, I think the end of the day is I don't do enough texture work to justify that cost. Even making my own avatar right now, like the bit that I do, the texture work is so small, and like the personal work and stuff, like I don't get a lot of texture commissions. I've literally had the one from Kazoo, and you yourself also said you might commission me. And it's like, that's not enough to justify the price. Fuck you, Adobe. Too expensive. Remember Photoshop, how much it was to get to... Yeah. There's a reason I don't use Photoshop anymore. Because as I just said, it's against TOS to use products that you haven't obtained legitimately. It's like, I've bought a Clip Studio Paint license. Guess what? It's not a subscription. It's a perpetual license. Buy it, and you have the program. I don't have to worry about it anymore. It was a one-time payment. Blender is free. Unity is free. I think one of the reasons I'm looking at this and I'm like, God, it looks so big, is because on the base model, I think I gave it a decent butt on the base model, I'll be honest. It's probably a bit small for some people, but you know, some people literally want, you know, boobs that are like bigger than your head. Because they have no basis in the real world, and they need to touch grass more. Yep. Thanks, Buzz. I guess that's alright. I don't know. half of it's gonna come from the texture anyway. But putting a bit of shade underneath it does loads more for making it look bigger than it is than actually just making it bigger. We really go through whiplash going through the songs in my playlist during streams, don't we?
Morning in Paris, the city awakes to the bells of Notre Dame. The fisherman fishes, the baker man bakes to the bells of Notre Dame. To the big bells as loud as the thunder, to the little bells soft as a song. And some say the soul of the city is the toll of the bells.
Bells of Notre Dame.
Listen, and Clopin will tell you. It is a tale of a man and a monster. Dark was the night when our tale was begun on the docks near Notre Dame. Shut up, four frightened gypsies slid silently under the docks near Notre Dame. What a trap had been laid for the gypsies, and they gazed up in fear and alarm at the figure whose clutches were iron as much as the blues. Judge Claude Froux longed to purge the world of vice and sin, and he saw corruption everywhere except within. Gypsy runs to the palace of justice. You there? What are you hiding? Slowly gets no doubt. Take them from her. She ran. Time in his life of power and control, Frollo felt a twinge of fear for his immortal soul. Care for the child and raise it as your own. And Frollo gave the
we combine these two, they still look fine. I'm gonna have to add bones in for down here and up here for the people who want them. Even if I don't personally use them, other people do. This is part of making a product that you are trying to sell to others. Okay. Hornblende shapes, crest, fin, tail spikes, thick tail, thick body, thick legs, chest, or bust I should say, and butt. I think that is all the physical stuff that I want to do. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Trying to think if there's anything else. Okay. Don't think there is. Which means... yeah, I think tomorrow I will actually be doing the normal map. Yeah. And as I said, I'm essentially going to have to add some bones into the armature. Let's be honest, I'm going to have to add some here, and I'm going to have to add some down here. Ooh, what I should do, actually. Not edit mode, can I have pose mode, please? Pose mode. Those bones potentially affect that too much. Right, I need... turn that off. What vertex group have I got selected? Tail 02, I need tail root. Oh, that's pretty dulled out already. But I'm gonna dull it more. why these aren't mirroring, because they should be. Because I can literally see here that the mirror is toggled on. Okay, that's weighted better, I think. Okay. And save. And just like that, it's 5 o'clock, and I have to end the stream, so that I can go get ready to go out. So, yeah. Thanks so much for vibing. I think it was mainly Des and Vaz. A core turned up as well. Core had to go back to work. Quiet slot, but it's important because I got work done. And if I don't stream, I feel like I don't tend to get a lot of work done. I'm able to stay focused more when I'm streaming. Which is why I do it. Right. Honestly, with two viewers, it doesn't even feel that... It feels a bit redundant to raid into anybody, so we'll just end. And, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow evening. I should have Curls with me, I believe, and I may have to, tackle a normal map, which I'm dreading. But we'll do it. We'll do it. Alright. Have a good evening, everybody. See you tomorrow. Yeah, take care. Look after yourself. And have a good evening. Bye!